Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Costello. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. Throwing on 1st down. Costello. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down. Let's go. 18 Gator.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Costello looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready, 460 Pittsburgh. Fans, pick your game up. 49, let's go.
Ito Smith, his 1st carry. He'll have it 1st down past the 40. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Costello. And his throw is incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Costello. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on the line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And in this 1st quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Not quite enough leg. This one was on target, but it needed a little more behind it. And by about the width of a football, this will stay a tie ball game.
They go play action here on 1st down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. He got 29 yards that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Looking to throw. Love. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 10 Tucson. Check me out.
To throw again. Love. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense, and it worked very well there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
From the gun, Costello. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On the draw, this is Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Let's go now. 90.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
All day. Scene 6. 56. Check 56. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
On first down, Love. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They go jet sweep here with Chark, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. This is work.
Back to throw. Costello. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 73 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, Zoo.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Protein spill. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Costello. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the 1st half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake. Love. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
30 base. And the Saints first down. Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, high 7. Ready.
Throwing on first down. Costello. Room here to run. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Costello. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe they're returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Costello. He's got Smith here. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. That's right, ready, go!
Off play action, Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D. Shoot.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
Plant. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Hey. Ready?
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Silver.
Hey, orbit. Five.
Back to throw. Costello. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Check 26. Check
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is Harris. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Costello. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Get wide. Go.
Here we go with Kamara. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27.
Check the backer. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slant.
On 1st down, Costello drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. 4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Forced out to his left. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Go, go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point, and that will get them 1 closer.
31, Saints 17. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
Mark 52, Mark 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw on second down. Love. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face, and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Go. Go.
5.
From the gun, Costello. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
On the double.
Second and 7. At the 49-yard
Push on,
line.
Travis.
Keep it up, guys. Hey, look, 3.
Keep dribbling. Keep dribbling.
Running with Kamara.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. A gain of 12. And the Saints first down.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Atlanta, they remain one of the hottest teams out there.